The Fortnite storyline is getting crazy. A few days ago, the Tomato Head in OG, I think it was even yesterday, rifted from OG to the Chapter 6 map. And it looks absolutely stunning and crazy, and it's got a lot of people talking. But now, more people are going to be talking. Obviously, we've had the sign at Lonely Lodge rift out. We've had the sign from Noms rift out. We're going to have the Der Burger, I think, rift out tomorrow. But we also had the motel sign rift out, and crazy thing is, it's turned up in Reload. This is insane. In my heart, I've always believed the modes are connected. Save the World, even Save the World, could be in Save the World somewhere. So one of these signs could be in Save the World, you never know. Actually, they do really lose a lot of assets, so technically they probably are. But all the modes have some form of a story. Even Festival, Rocket League, and Reload, obviously, as it seems. But to actually see them now really being connected, and it's obvious for everyone now to see that the motel sign is here. From OG to Reload. The Tomato Head from OG to the Chapter 6 map. And possibly I feel like the Der Burger is going to turn up somewhere. And the other signs are probably out there somewhere. We just haven't seen them. It would be weird for them to have a few signs rift out and rift somewhere. Or maybe that does make perfect sense and they're lost somewhere. I mean, we haven't even discussed this guy. The Visitor himself, like, he must be out there. And there's obviously, we've talked about it on this channel before, but it's even now a bigger chance that the Visitor will appear maybe in Chapter 6. Maybe not the event, maybe the event, but maybe not. But he will appear at some time. Obviously, he will appear, he should appear again if the events stay pretty much similar to how they did before. He should appear again Season X. But yeah, this is rather incredible stuff. This is crazy. And then what's even more crazy, we have been talking in the live streams about a possibility of maybe this turning up on another mode, but the possibility of, I still want to see NPCs on OG. Like the Enforcers, who brought this motel sign back. And it's a reason I say the Enforcers, because on this map, as you probably well know, and actually something else I want to quickly touch on, because we obviously thought that sign, the image that is on Morgan's Mist wall, was a hint to OG, which I still think might be the case, but obviously it showed a promo image for Reload as a Spire being in Reload, but it didn't really make sense to connect Reload at that point. I always felt like it'd be OG, and I feel like I have been saying for the last few days that it could, and even in the video I think I said it could still be Reload that it appears, this Spire. But we got to consider again that it actually might be Reload as well. All these Spires are going to appear everywhere. They're obviously in Odyssey, they're in Expeditions, which of course is kind of the Chapter 6 map anyway. They're in Chapter 6. At this point, I see no reason why next season they won't spread their wings. I didn't know I was going to say that until I said that. My bad. Make way over here. And I think it's a little glitch. I don't remember it just being this. It's not really a bunker. I don't know if it's bugged out for my game or it's just meant to be like that. But maybe they're building the Imagine Order base in the bunker and they just gave up. I don't know. I'm sure it used to have something here, so I guess it's just bugged out. But obviously, on this island, we thought, well, there might be Imagine Order presence on this island or some form of a government here. And obviously, with the Enforcers bringing back the sign to the OG reality at the time, when I know there's people who think the OG season is in the past and the OG chapter is in the past, and I respect that, and I kind of think it could be that. I still think all these realities are existing at the same point in time. I know rifts can rift anywhere, any time, space, and time, but anyway, I just believe they're all currently happening at the same time. And the Visitor is in OG because it's a prison reality. The 7 got captured by the Chrome, and the last reality wants to play a game with them. That's how I see it. Obviously, I might be wrong, but that's just how I see it. We have to consider that the Nom sign and the Lonely Lodge sign will make an appearance somewhere else. I did kind of suspect maybe they could appear in Odyssey, but Odyssey is a little bit more difficult because of how Odyssey is. I don't know how many procedural generated worlds there are in Odyssey, but I'm sure you can set up where a sign could appear 200 meters away. I mean, they can update the old maps that you play with new biomes, and there is a way of doing it. So there's a way that next to some of the original spawns in the game, maybe there might be a sign in Odyssey, one of the other realities. And obviously there's IO bunkers in Odyssey as well. So, oh my god, this is crazy. This is so exciting. Mate, people thought the storyline was dead. Yeah, this is crazy. Isn't that the thumbnail? That might be the thumbnail. If it's something that I feel like I wanted to maybe. I should have probably got the visitor. Did I get the visitor? Wait. Did I get the visitor stand for it? I feel like that would be the thumbnail. I did try and jump on it. I don't think I could grab it though. So yeah, keep an eye out for the other signs. I mean, we have Squid Games map and obviously the Slurp Rush map. So I guess it could be in a corner somewhere. I mean, obviously it could be in like a basement. Obviously, is this basement here? I can't quite remember. It could be in a basement somewhere hidden. There could be another sign on this map. Who knows at this point? Could be in the water somewhere. At this point, we need to be looking anywhere and everywhere. I'm still surprised that nothing has happened the other way. That's why I'm suspecting that we will get a Spire. I think a Spire is probably going to sit itself nicely here. So that'd be kind of cool. I feel like the Chapter OG Season 5 Battle Pass could be Drift, because I think that connects very well with the Fox Clan mask and that he had, and someone gave it to him. An unknown entity, even to this day. Whoever gave him that Fox Clan mask made him a target. As we know, the masks are imbrued with evil. As we know, it corrupted Dago, and it kind of corrupted Drift. There is a Drift Walker a version, and I feel like they could better explain what may have occurred with maybe a snapshot. Obviously, if I'm presuming that this is all occurring in the present, they obviously got to have a snapshot or someone else to explain the story. The last reality captured Drift, and that's why we don't see him. Who knows? But maybe it is in the past, who knows? But to explain the story and maybe who gave him that mask. Because what we do know is someone from that 1,000 Faces shop made that mask for Drift. That is certain. One of Dago, Jade's or Kendo's grandfather's ancestors boiled that mask, made it, gave it to someone who then gave it to Drift, or one of their ancestors directly gave it to Drift. Or maybe this isn't the past, and this has always been how it was, and Dago himself give it to Drift. Now that could be the possibility here. There's a lot going down here. So yeah, guys, whatever modes you're playing, Festival, Rocket Race, maybe not Rocket Racing. It could appear anywhere, everywhere. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, because this is crazy. I am so excited to see what's going to happen for the event and what's going to happen for Chapter 6. Season 4, and obviously OG Season 5 and Reload Season whatever, and how the realities are all coming together. And to me, this seems like an invasion of every reality. To me, this sounds like the last reality. And they want every single reality, and we are literally seeing, if it is the last reality, even though obviously yesterday's invasion turned out to be fake, whatever. To me, this still sounds so much like seeing a last reality invasion. Like we've heard of like Jonesy's reality being a desolate place that you wouldn't want to take your family in, and that's why Jonesy joined the Imagined Order. And we've seen Save the World, and then we've heard about these other worlds, the last reality, even in the main BR story of them taking other worlds. Definitely in the Cube Queen song and the Origin song, but to actually see it play out throughout all the modes and Spires, and even though they're bugs, I think that really makes sense with the last reality. And we do have, obviously this is just a theory, rumor, a leak, so obviously turn off if you don't want to listen past this point. But obviously rumor Season 4 bugs leak. Seems like some kind of bug holes will open up around the map where the Spires hit the ground. It looks like this is a way the bugs will come to our reality. While we can't fully confirm this yet, we are very confident on it. I have seen two versions of this. So some people were saying the Spires will crash down and open holes which will release the bugs. I've seen someone say that the bugs, the Spires themselves will open up almost like eggs. I kind of thought the octopus, the Kraken would do that. It would release spores, and the spores would then release the bugs. But it seems like the Spires, which makes sense, the Spires are powering up like an egg and are growing and changing and will hatch and release the Kraken, release the eggs. So that kind of makes sense. Now I will go back to it being the last reality, because that seems like an invasion, being an infestation around the Omniverse, and they just completely engulf everything. Reload, OG, BR, Festival, Like festival next season will kick off. I think it kicks off a few days after the other modes, because all the other modes start on the 7th, which is obviously, or the 8th. The event, whenever the next season starts, three of them will start all on the same day. So it makes me think that all of them, well, obviously BR will be a bit more advanced, and the Spires will actually have led to the bug invasion, but Reload and OG will probably then have Spires. That's my current thought. And then maybe even like you'll be playing the festival mode and just a Spire will be at the stadium watching the gig and enjoying it. So that could probably happen. But anyway, guys, let me know down in the comments what you think about this. I'm intrigued. I'm happy. I'm excited. And, you know, we go through ups and downs in the storylines, and this is definitely an up. So I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to ride it until it completely crashes and burn like the motel sign. But I hope the enforcers grab it and take it back, and hopefully OG will get some NPCs, because I feel like we can learn a bit of what happened prior. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this one, leave a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, use my support creator code in a Fortnite item shop. Hashtag ad. Hashtag epic partner. Until next time, it's been boy, Miss J. White. Next time, bye bye.